faces that they catch from the lake and store in this big warehouse. Before we get too far into the shape, shall we take a look at some of the different aesthetics that we can put on? What I would really, really like, but I don't think is possible, is a completely wooden building. So just made of planks. But I think the options we have are featuring bricks, a painted exterior, and then whether we get wooden supports or some brickwork there. Shall we try? Shall we see how bricks work? Shall we see how the bricks look for us? Okay. We'll stick with that for now. Let's try and look at the shape of this. Okay. Shall we put it there? We'll just lift it up ever so slightly so we don't have all of those plants and bushes around the bottom. What I'd really like as well is like a covered alleyway almost. Like an archway that leads through the building, but it's covered. Now I think we can get archways by drawing paths that are big do also like that dead tree over there. So I might try and make sure that this is small enough so that it doesn't get rid of that tree. There we go. There we go. Oh. Let's try and get a good angle in here. A bit blurry. We might need to peek in from the side here. Okay. So I like having this building here, but I think we might try and we might need to try and erase some of these paths. So I'm going to get a really tiny erase tool and just get rid of enough of the path. There we go. Okay. At the moment, let's just go for a blank wall. And then we can put a door in. Okay, okay, that looks better, that looks better. Perfect, that's exactly what I was looking for. And we're working very closely. How about we try and get a small door in? There we go. And we'll put a window over here. That looks right, I think. Kind of funny. A tiny, tiny window for a tiny glade. But I'm imagining with the kinds of things that will be going on in this spooky, spooky warehouse, we're not going to want people seeing inside. Okay, so now we've got a cool covered alleyway there. Perfect. Let's spin around and look at the other side. Okay, shall we put in a small jetty? Like a small jetty. This would be where... Can we drop it any more than this? Don't think we can. I think this would look good though. So this would be where the fishermen would set their boats off. But I would want it to be in line with the ground there. I don't think I can drop it anymore. What if instead we try and raise the ground so the warehouse is on a small hill? Which one was it? Was it this one? Yeah. We'll try and put that in the small hill, but I don't want to ruin all of our hard work so far. And it would be nice if I could keep that cool looking dead tree. We'll give it a go, see how that looks. Well, this jagged rock here. Ah, that's better. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. If we put in, for example, another one, can we drop that one even lower? It would be cool to get a slope, but I think we might need to work creatively for now. Maybe just some steps. Just increase it ever so slightly. About the same. Let's do one more of these. So we're just gonna put a new building down. Make it very small. Get rid of the roof. And just line it up. Something like that. There we go. And then I think if we put like a bit of a path down, we can finish off the slope with a step into the water. Trying to get that. Okay. I don't think that looks too bad at all. I think one thing we can do as well, if we wanted to, is not like that. I was thinking that I think actually if the buildings are tall enough in the water, you can draw like pathways underneath them, but not this time. Okay, so that is looking pretty good. We've got the warehouse on a small hill. Might need to just tweak this corner over here. We've lost the shape of our archway. So because there's a path just here. Not the end of the world if we need to change things ever so slightly. Okay, there we go. That's about it. Perfect. We finish the path off going down there. Okay, so that is the basic shape of the warehouse and the jetty. Let's take a look at the roof and doors and things. Okay. So for the roof, we have a couple of styles. Well, it's mainly whether it's running landscape across the width, or the other way, across the length. And then we can bring it into a point, or like that. I think this style could look cool. Just try and get that in focus. that add to the spookiness factor? Or does it just look a bit goofy? I don't think we've got an option if we want to put a window up here. I wonder if that's because I've got another building jammed inside. I think it might be, you know. Just a window up there. Perfect. A window down here brings us a sunflower and a hay bale. That's interesting. I think I'd prefer to stick with a door though. We'll draw a path in. Make it a nice big door. Perfect. I'm actually not a fan of this hay bale here. I think mainly because this would be a warehouse full of stinky fish. Can we get rid of it with a window or something? Interesting. It really wants this to be a barn with animals in, I suppose. We'll think about that. We'll think about that. I wonder if we can get some nice decorations in like this. I think although this looks quite bright, we can look at the colours. We can look at the colours, and I quite like how that looks. We can stick a couple of lanterns up here maybe. Just next to that window. Perfect. Perfect. Let's take a look at the colour of these. Okay, so we can choose to have them connected or not. I like having these connected. And then I think depending on which one we pick, we get to choose like a primary and a secondary colour. Oh, I think we can also select the emblem. Should we have a look at some of these? We have a ground sheep on top of a mountain by the looks of it. I like how much that reminds me of Cult of the Lamb. We have a like a branch, a flower. We have a bird on top of a mountain, a flower on top of a mountain. That one looks kind of spooky and cult-like. Interesting. We'll leave that one there and roll the other ones. Here's the bird, the flower, the moon, the sun, the sheep, the flower, the bird, the moon. Shall we try and get the moon with that symbol at the bottom there? Yeah, that looks good, I think. Just do the same for this one. There we go. Very spooky, very spooky. And now, let's just take a look at the colours. So we've got some lovely vibrant ones, like a red, a bright gold. But something grimy is what we're looking for. So maybe this green, it's quite a nice green, but I think if we combine it with like a brown, it could look very swampy. We've got a purple there, it's a dark purple, a couple more greens. Just do the brown, that to a green as well. birdhouse. Let's put the window there, just a single one for now. And I'm going to try and put a path down to get rid of that birdhouse. Come on, come on. It's just moved. How interesting. I wonder if there's a good way to get rid of it. Can I just remove it with this? No. What if I try and replace it with, I don't know, maybe a dead tree? I don't think so. I think we could try and hide it inside the tree. Oh, that's a cool looking one. Is that bigger than the ones I put down? I don't think so. I kinda like that though, actually. I kinda like that. Yeah, that looks cool. That looks cool. I think a couple more windows on this side. We'll try not to add a sunflower. I think it just undermines the spookiness. This window wants to have a towel hung outside. I think if I could pick, I'd rather not have that towel. Maybe if we just hide it inside that bush, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Okay, perfect. And we have this side as well. I don't think we need to do too much with it, to be honest with you. Maybe a small back door. And a path just coming down. We have a bucket full of post-it notes. I wonder what that's supposed to be. Try and get a path there. That looks cool. I could just bring that round. Cool. We can leave the bucket of sponges. Just add a lantern at the top there. And maybe just a window as well. One above this alleyway would look nice, I think. Perfect. And maybe one down here by this door. Just behind that bush. Okay. I don't think it needs to look too fancy on this side. Perfect. That is looking nice. Perhaps a small chimney on this building over here. We have some options. Yeah, back here would look cool, I think. Very nice. Very nice. I think I'm pretty happy with how this spooky warehouse looks. This spooky warehouse looks. So the fishermen will be coming in from the lake in the dead of night with their unholy catches. All of those grotesque fishes, drag them up this jetty and into the big warehouse. Now, of course, we will need a fishmongers to sell the fish. So let's go ahead and build one of those just in front. Shall we put it maybe just here? Let's start off with So we have some room in front. Just put it there maybe. Drop the roof for now. Just bring it there. I think what I would like is to get some kind of cover for the front here, where the fishmonger will be hooking his fish. I wonder what would be the best way to do that. I'm thinking maybe another building where we can raise it up quite high. Something like this would look pretty cool, I think. Try and get that in line. Then we'll just connect it up and match the width. Oops. And then we can just jam it inside like that. I don't think that looks awful. Maybe a bit higher would look better. Yeah, I think that looks okay. I wonder which roof would look best. I think a roof rather than nothing would look best. Maybe something like that. Try and get it as shallow as possible without removing it. Something like that. And then you can stick a lamp just there. Okay. We're gonna need a door, of course. I don't mind this, even though it's got one of those sunflowers. So we got the door there. I think I'm gonna fill all of this in with bats. There we go. Perfect. And shall we try playing around with some fences to try and get something that looks a bit like a table? Just try and drop this, but I'm not getting the right angle. There we go. So that is as low as we could get it. Oh, no, we can get it much lower. Oh, interesting. Did I know about that? Let me just very quickly. I remember one of the very small issues we had over here was that these planks were a bit too high. They didn't look awful, but it looked kind of funny. Oh, that's much better. There we go. Just drop all of these. I think that looks much better. There we go. Yeah. That looks great. We'll just do the same on all of these as well. It's this secondary control that's doing it. There we go. what that is actually doing. So if we draw a path like that and a fence over the top, there we go. So I'm pretty sure what we've been doing previously is just dropping. Okay. I think yeah, we've been working with this big arrow to raise the overall height. Just gonna draw one. There we go. It's not doing much. How high does that go? Goodness. Sorry, I thought that was really funny. Cool. No, that's good. I know that there was a small update recently as well. Of course, I might just not have been doing it properly. Anyway. So, I'm gonna get rid of this fence here. Excuse me, sheep. Well, actually, I think something about that small looks pretty good. I think we're gonna try and shift that across. Can we move these fences? I don't know. We'll start from scratch. Whoa. We'll stop that there. Okay, it's catching. That top bit there. Okay, so we're just going to draw some very short fences. Something like that. Yeah. And then we'll look at lowering them all in a second. Just gonna try and draw a nice row of them very carefully. Try and keep them all in line. I think I'm drifting towards the camera. It doesn't need to be perfect, of course. I am gonna redo that one though. I think a couple more will do it. precise with these ones. Just these last two and we'll be good. Just need to find the exact right pixel. Maybe a different angle. What was that? I saw. There we go. One more. I don't think I'll be able to sleep tonight if I leave this stuck up like that. Does that look that bad? I think we might need to, or else I'm gonna be here for hours trying to find the right pixel. Okay, that was a lot more difficult than it should have been, but we made it. And now we have a small table at the front of the shop for the fishmonger to sell their fish. Let's put in a couple windows. We don't want a bench. We don't want a bench. I think a basket is fine though. Ah, the tools over here look really cool. But I don't want this birdhouse. Let's see what we can stick here to get rid of that birdhouse. Not gonna do anything now. I think we'll be looking at putting down another window or something to get rid of that birdhouse. Oh. Oh, okay, okay. I didn't know we could do that. Birdhouse coming from a door will do it. Does that look better? I think it might. If we click the window. Ah. We could do it that way. We can click the window to kind of re-roll the items we get out front. I really liked those tools. We seem to have lost them though. Well, the monkey's poor girls, and I now have 2 boxes of tools. Can we get rid of that second one? Yeah, I kinda like that door there, but we'll get rid of this one. What should we replace it with? Maybe we'll just put down like a nice flag there. We can imagine it has the fish of the day listed. Put down a nice flag. I think we saw all of the kinds of emblems that we could get, and I didn't see a fish. Shall we just go with that moon and that symbol there? And what colour should we make it? How about a nice fish blue? Perfect. And a lamp will do it, I think. Whoops. wonder if, after having discovered that you can re-roll all those items, whether I need to go back through all the windows and see what else we can get, but not right now, not right now. I think I'm just gonna put down a couple more windows and things just around the corner here. Just around the corner. Nice second floor window up here. I like that barrel. Yeah, that looks cool. We'll just get a path coming around here as well. And how about a tree? Perfect. I wonder if I'm overdoing it with